Well, hello everybody, this is Fiber Jedi and one of the team of the LOTRO family Twitter accounts. We also have a Facebook group, so if you want to join up there and share your LOTRO adventures on Facebook, then please feel free. This is, I believe, episode 27, yes, triple checking that, of my LOTRO Warden series, which today I'm going to entitle FJ Sucks at Warden. I'll explain why. Some kind person, which thankfully eventually did resolve into something akin to a rational conversation, decided to inform me that I am terrible at playing Warden, which maybe I am, and I'm quite happy with that, because I enjoy playing it, and that's really what matters. Now, the reason it was eventually brought to light that I was told of this is that I don't use these things here, called Combat Masteries. So I have highlighted them as in that they exist in a previous episode. So under Gambits, you get some quick buttons that are called Gambit Masteries. If I can find out whether it's here, it might actually be under Active. Yeah, it's under Active. Where instead of pressing Spear twice, you can just press one Spear and Spear button. Or Spear and Shield, you just press the one button, for example. Seems like a rational thing to do, and maybe at a high level I might have to do this in order to survive combats. But I want to give the reasons why I don't use these Combat Masteries at the moment. A lot of it centres around my inability to pick up new things quickly, and poor memory. You can thank fibromyalgia for the poor memory thing. So it took me quite a number of episodes of this series to remember gambits at all, and usually I don't really remember them anymore as being shield, spear, shield, fist, for example. Fists especially, I don't seem to remember it to be a fist because it mostly comes out as a shout because it's kind of a bit of an aggro one. So let's not do careful step in the middle of me trying to explain something. So here you see it shouts, which deals light damage over time, which eventually leads to things like goad, which is an aggro attractor. Now I don't remember them as spear, shield, spear, shield, whatever it is, whatever the gambit is. Really, I remember it as the button that I'm pressing. So, for example, what I've done here, to anyone who's new to the series and hasn't managed to watch all nearly 30 episodes, which is fair enough, I've got my spear attached to a Q key, shield attached to E key, and fist attached to the X key. They're all keys that are around the movement keys WASD. When I want to then use a gambit, I use the R key. All of those things are within reach on my left hand. And so I have sort of got muscle memory, I think some people call it, in terms of remembering the combinations needed for gambits, which I still have to remind myself sometimes of even some of the basic ones, although I have been alerted to a very handy one, which I'm hoping to use this episode. So, to take all these episodes and time that I've spent off video, not necessarily levelling, on my two Wardens, I've got two of about the same level. I've got one on Crick Hollow called Ruby Bella. And then to retrain my brain then to click or potentially reprogram my Q, E, R, and X keys to do something completely different, I think would put me in a world of pain, possibly literally, but definitely metaphorically. So I might suck at Warden, but two things. I don't really mind sucking, so long as I'm learning and so long as we're enjoying playing. I reckon whatever game you play and whatever class you play, people are gonna go about that in a different way. So I may not ever possibly use these. Maybe at a higher level I will. But until I absolutely need to, I'm not going to. It's not that they're bad. It's just that for me, knowing I deal some damage with each active ability, and trying to remember the muscle memory that's needed to carry out certain gambits, I've got to keep that in my memory, otherwise I will actually be lost. Playing Warden can be painful enough as it is, and technically you could argue that it would reduce my hand pain by using the Combat Masteries, but that's got to be balanced in my case against the fact that stress and change can in and of themselves add to my pain levels. So let's all get along, okay? I don't mind taking advice now, and I'd like to take advice, but don't just go all guns blazing and saying that your way's the best way. It might be technically the optimal way of playing any game, any class, at any time. But for me, I have to balance more than just my performance in-game. I managed to survive through a pretty horrible time in the lowlands where I just survived going through tons of whites. But I survived. So although I probably could have done better, the end game was still achieved. I got through, we survived, I actually was glad by the end, and I was pleased with myself that I had in fact survived and I wasn't defeated in over here. Nanthelu. So maybe I suck at Warden. But who cares, really? Please do keep using comments for advice. I don't mind advice, but let's start with the advice rather than a big scathing comment about how bad I am at something. I know most of my own flaws in life. Just go about giving that advice in a way that is helpful for people. Explain what you mean. If someone could do something better, myself included, explain how I could do it better. That goes outside of game for how you deal with people in the offline world, which, yes, exists. But for now, I'm going to record the next actual episode of Warden. I might die. I might not. I might suck. I might not. But I'm going to do my best to enjoy it. And at the end of the day, whatever you do in life, and especially in gaming, which is supposed to be fun, let's have fun with it, let's get along, and let's all enjoy our adventures. Okay, I'm going to close this off now. Little bit of I tried not to do this in a ranty way, but just to explain where I'm coming from, because I've got the health things going on, as well as learning what is a pretty complicated class. If you managed to get this far in this little video, thanks very much. Feel free to fast forward onto the next actual episode, and hopefully I will see you soon for another episode of LOTRO Warden. And please do keep using the comments for advice and discussion, but let's be constructive and treat each other with respect in as far as that is possible. Okay folks, take care and I'll see you shortly. Bye.